Evan will like have a panel open, is like sticking his head inside, in his arms, and like just sticks his hand out back. Hey, hand me that fucking the laser thing. I don't remember what's fucking called.
Just grab the flashlight and hand it to him. That thing.
He'll bring his arm back, look at it, very slowly turn around. This is a flashlight.
Well, look, I'm a doctor, not a mechanic. If you said hand you a scalpel or a forceps, I could do that. A laser thing, I don't know what that means.
It's a fucking thing that produces lasers, man.
Yeah, no, I got the concept. I just don't know what the tool looks like. Outside of
He'll go over to his toolbox and grab the correct tool and go back to working on the ship.
I'll go back to drinking my Coke.
Okay, Tavin, when you've walked to your tool set, you do see at the corner of your eye that the young port hand that you kind of had a conversation with last or the day before is sort of kind of around. They're trying not to look as if they are like they're not trying to get your attention, but you do notice that they are like it's that typical kind of fan that wants to approach but doesn't want to bother them, and with the words of his dad ringing in his ears, he's kind of just hovering. But they are kind of just paying attention, and you do get the kind of from the conversation before as well. You do get that kind of thing that they just have an interest and they want to learn and that kind of stuff. But being on a space station, education doesn't come as easily. You tend to just learn what your parents or whoever is your guardian kind of thing, your figure in your life that kind of what they are willing to kind of teach you. But they are just kind of hovering. So Jack Powell will kind of just be saying to you is that, yeah, so what we need for you to do is just keep these ones in check. Colonial Marshal Mackenzie isn't going to be along in this one. They have decided to go off base to try and go above us in this assignment. I don't quite think they're particularly interested in coming along, but
understood.
Hopefully we can get everybody on board though, because I don't have to tell anybody just how important having lawful representation can be on these kind of investigations.
She'll come around, don't worry.
I really do hope that you're right.
Oh, I'll make it happen.
Yes, we have every reason to believe that she will be back once you are back, because I have a small job for you to kind of see it as a test flight. Just see what your wits are like. Nothing major, just a small recon and cargo grab, I would say, is the term for you pilots.
So milk run.
Evan will very obviously scoff at what he just said, but continue to listen.
We have a couple of things that has been left out there, but we also have been notified that someone there has secondhand information on what has occurred They are not planned to be there for a long time, so we really need you to get out there quick and see if you can track them down. They are ex-Marine that has... We don't think will pose much of a threat, but we have been notified that they are currently AWOL from their group, as people say. So your job is to go out. There's some cargo that we have waiting for us that we would like you to bring back to us. And we would also like you to speak to Private Carvalho. We will send a little data link to you with some information on them, and their kind of last known locations from what our observers have told us. But yeah, if you can do this for us, everything goes swimmingly. I don't see there being much of a problem going forward with the big job that we need you to do. Tavin, you will receive on your ship data board, the computer, information of the star system where the Arceon station is, and you'll also receive a rundown of Private First Class Carvalho. There's not a lot on it because, again, it's Marines. You're not going to get deep information, but you will be given the information that their full name is Isaac Carvalho, age 26. A couple of the things that they have is that their family owns a small cattle ranching and meatpacking company out at Terraform 3. That's kind of the basic rundown that you get. Again, there's not that much information, but it wasn't anything more than what you were expecting from Weyland-Yutani. So with that, Andrea, you are invited upon Tavin's love and joy of Martha for the first time.
And if you pay attention to Tavin, you notice he kind of stands up a bit straighter, isn't as slouched and timid when he's in the ship.
Yeah. Wow, this is really amazing.
It's also a large ship with no one else in it.
You
There's
run
no
this all by
crew that you
yourself?
would expect. Yep.
Oh, that must be stressful.
Incredibly. It's a 10-man ship.
Do you never run crews?
Very rarely. It's too expensive.
Oh, I understand. You know, we have some wonderful packages if you would like to do some more work for us. We can fund a crew if necessary.
Hatred flashes across his face for a second. No.
Understand. Very well then.
If Doc hadn't asked me to take part in this job, I'd have told you and Jack to shove it up your ass.
Wow.
Joshua just over here sipping his Coke, watching it all play out. So what do you do, Andrew, if you're in frontline acquisition?
At the moment, I am working on this job.
That doesn't answer the question.
But it does. It's what I do right now.
Okay.
Andrea gives me a weird fucking vibe, man.
Like what?
Like, the way she very much avoided saying what she did
That's suit stuff. They never say what they're doing.
You're fucking happy.
Yeah. She does strike me as a little odd for a corporate agent. All this like, hi, Carrigan, how are you? Did you get my care package? Like, come on, who does that?
So just, just wanted to say, like, when we get there, obviously, I'll follow your lead on the ground, because, I don't know what the fuck we're doing here, man.
Hey, this is your cargo run. I'm just gonna go meet with the private.
That's what I was talking about. Like,
All right.
out of the ship, I'm just gonna follow you, man.
Don't you think it's kind of funny that there are two corporates on this job? You got Jack, and then they brought in Andrea. Like, Andrea, like, what is she, our babysitter?
Kind of what I'm feeling like, yeah.
They're
I'm
like,
guessing.
oh,
I'm guessing they're fucking with something they know they shouldn't, and they're afraid that if we find it and tell people about it, yada yada yada,
yeah, of course. Give us a bunch of no information and stick us with a babysitter. But here's how they twisted the script, right? They sent us this sweet, like, hi, I'm Andrea. Like, the little, like, the cheerleader suit. Who sends a cheerleader suit to do this so-called, like, top secret thing that destroyed a space station? Like, they wouldn't send, like, a cheerleader. Come on now. They could have, if they wanted to find out information about what happened to that space station, they could have sent adjusters. They could have tasked the team to go take it out. Why us? And then they're gonna make us do this audition. Come on.
I think she's more than she's letting on. I think
Duh.
she's like fucking Black Ops or something, man.
Maybe. I don't get the Black Ops vibe though.
You know them a lot better than me, that's for damn sure.
Used to.
The email basically says that the Arceon station is currently under a lot of watchful eyes because of something that they have done or uncovered. They don't go into much more detail on that because they've, unlike Will and Yutani, this person just physically does not have that information. It's not that they're holding the information, but you do get a heads up that there's been a lot more people coming in and out of the station, and it's not just been from Wayland Yutani. There has been other groups, other factions that have been coming in with a little bit more oomph and a little bit more demand from what's going on.
Okay.
But other than that, it's not a great. There has been a lot more armament rolling into Arceon than before, so it doesn't feel too much like a scientific research facility anymore, or a mining town. It has the bad vibes of something has gone on, and it makes you kind of question why Will and Yutani would be sending you three out if they have this information.
Cool. I'll finish up and I'll like start putting my stuff away after I write down all the stuff I need and be like, so I'm gonna be out here for a while.
Yeah.
What's your story?
Oh, just you're regular. I don't. Can you be more specific?
You're out here on the fringe working for you, Wayland Yutani, and you get assigned to work with a medic and a space trucker, essentially, to run a cargo op is essentially an audition for a bigger op to go find out a bunch of stuff of something that happened to a station amorphously that we don't know what happened, but yet we're supposed to figure it out. When the company could have easily sent investigating teams to go figure it out. Either you piss somebody off and they gave you the shit job, or there's more to you.
Oh, well, I mean, I assume they did something like this for cost-saving measures. You know, I can't pretend to know my boss's reasons for doing things. I mean, I do know the marshal fairly well, so perhaps I was sent on this so that she could feel more comfortable.
So you know Carrigan, huh?
Yeah.
Tell me about her.
She is very dedicated to her job, and she believes strongly in the principles of justice and righteousness, as one should, to hold such an important position on a space station.
So that's the DVD back cover of Carrigan. Tell me what you know.
One does not disclose one's friend's secret.
Yeah, but in the bar you said you worked together. You've
Yeah.
been sending her care packages.
Well, I used to be a marshal.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Why'd you quit?
Nobody paid better and offered some benefits I wasn't getting.
Yeah, like the ability to screw the everyman over and make him do dirty work off the books.
What's your story?
Right?
What's your story?
Same old hard luck story. Grew up on a backwater planet. Dysfunctional family. Joined the military. Did my bit. Got out. Ended up on the outer fringe in a backwater spaceport, stitching bar brawls and treating STDs.
Ooh. What you imagined you'd do, or did you have grander ideas?
Well, let's see. My idea was to get out of the home because Dad was a hard-working man and Mom kind of took care of the town. Just didn't like my lot in life. Figured I'd sign up, do my bit, and use the money and set myself up, and shit happens. You end up in a backwater station at the fringe.
Shit happens.
And now I'm working for Wayland Yutani, doing some mission to go find this thing.
But it'll
Getting
set you up.
paid $1 million cred.
So I told you about Carrigan. What can you tell me about Tavin?
Like I said, most of the time it looks like a drowned rat looking for a piece of cheese. It's a hell of a pilot. Pretty quiet too.
Well, I mean, we can allocate more to food if he wants better food.
Kind of partial to the ramen noodles cup of soup thing. I don't know what it is. Every time we go out to eat, he's like, "What's the cheapest thing on the menu?" And I'm like, "I didn't ask you what the cheapest was. I asked you like, you want a burger?"
Well, he ate a bit at Billy's, so he must have an appetite.
Yeah, he's a good dude though. Little out there. Don't get him talking about conspiracy theories though. You'll be talking to him all
but
night
that's
long.
one of my favorite things to talk about. I would love to hear some conspiracy theories.
Yeah, just ask him one time. Just randomly be like, "So, what about just random nonsense and see what happens."
Random nonsense? No, there has to be some basis to it. There's always at least a grain of truth.
I would like to add that, like, anytime y'all see Tavin, he's not just wearing a flight suit, he's wearing a suit that if you know anything, you would know can survive in 0 atmosphere situations. Like you never see him not wearing it.
That don't bode well.
Are you worried are you worried that the ship's gonna break apart?
No, I don't. I love space. I love flying. I love being in the ship. But I hate going out in space. That
But if we're not gonna go, oh, I understand now. Never mind. Stupid question retracted.
Also, I do sometimes actually have to go outside the ship to make basic repairs. If, like, a piece of debris hits the ship and bends a piece of metal or something, someone's got to go out there and bend it back.
Yeah. See, this is why you need to invest in a crew.
That Wayland Yutani will sell you for the low price of X amount of dollars.
Hey, I'm not sales. I'm not sales.
I'll say, Andrea, I don't like Wayland.
Yeah,
Stop trying to advertise Wayland in any way to me, please.
I didn't
That was
You
me.
did the first day.
the first day, but not since then. You don't have to get a crew through us.
Haven just walks away.
So when we ran your vitals last week or a couple weeks ago, your heart rate came back a little high.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot to ask you, any substance abuse problems?
No.
Any heart conditions, arrhythmia, anything else? Because if we have to do EVA or there's a decompression in the hull, I don't want to worry about any medical issues that I have to deal with on top of getting
No,
everything out of the ship.
you know how it is. Just nervous around appointments.
That's fine. It just came across the results when I was reviewing them. I did Tav's checkup. He's a little underweight, but he's fine.
It's a new environment, going out into space again after a while. It just happens.
No worries. Just was an anomaly. I figured I'd ask. If you need me, I'll be in my bunk.
Have a good day.
Hey, stick jockey.
What do you want?
No offense, but why are you such a dick lately?
I'm not used to running with people. You know that?
I know that. But
I'm
like,
used to
damn.
spending months by myself.
Okay, all by myself. I get it. When you were like, I don't like the company. Fuck off. Don't talk to me. Like, I get it. Trust me, I get it. But like, bedside manner kind of goes a long way, especially if like we don't know whose side she's on.
The last time I interacted with the company, I was left floating in space alone.
That's fair, and your trauma's valid. I get that. Trust me, I do. But you ever heard the phrase "catch more flies with honey"?
And all I'm trying to catch is my paycheck.
Well, I'm not trying to catch a corporate double cross. So, like, if you could turn on a little like roguish spacer charm that I noticed you were using on the bartender a couple weeks back when we were at the bar, might make our job on finding out a little more about Andrea a little easier and finding out what she's not telling us.
Okay, my mic wasn't picking up. All right, fine. I will cool down on my dislike for her and her business.
Oh no, you can hate the business all you want, but like I'm saying, like We need to know, like, if we can trust her. We can't,
All right.
obviously. Obviously, we can't. But we need to know if she's gonna, like, end up doing that. Hey, thanks for doing business. Now go to the stock market if you catch my drift.
I got you, Doc. I got you. Oh, I'll try my best.
All I'm asking.
Do I have any more information?
Yes, you do receive an email from your contact that in the last couple of days there has been a major movement of people leaving the station, a lot more than normal. It, from their standpoint and their background, that you have a slight idea in is that this seems very, very militarized. Like,
Okay.
the people that are being removed are not, they look like they're just everyday people that either live on the station or work on the station and stuff like that. It feels as if like this is a kind of small to medium scale evacuation of this station.
And he's very clearly trying to not be a space rat. Like, he's standing up straighter, trying to not be how he normally is.
Oh no.
I just wanted to apologize.
For what?
For being rude.
I'm used to it.
That's beside the point. I have no reason to be rude to you. I obviously do not like Wayland, and I was pushing all of that hatred onto you as an individual. And guessing on your age, you were barely out of school when my hatred started, so I shouldn't have done that.
Wow. I very much appreciate that. I hope that we can both work towards a wonderful solution to this mission we're on, and that you'll at least not have a bad impression of me once we're done.
So too.
I can't hope for a good impression of the company. That's gone. I'm aware of that.
That's very much long
Very
gone.
gone.
Yeah, when you get left in space to slowly suffocate and die, you tend to stop liking a group.
Yeah, what happened with that?
He'll like just sit on a random bed near hers and well, oh god, this was what, 12, 13 years ago, something like that. I was 17, 16, somewhere in there. And I got a job working for Wayland on a ship. It was just a cargo ship. We just delivered shit. And I was barely there for 2-3 months as just a random grunt, I just, did menial labor. I cleaned the ship. I, cleaned the cabins. If, a piece of metal got bent and all they needed was someone to go outside the ship and hit it with a hammer, I was that guy. And I was doing that one time, and I was tethered to the ship, and ye old pirates attacked.
Oh.
They fired a missile at the ship. I don't know if it even actually hit the ship, but it did break the tether. thankfully my suit had communication, so I was trying to like let them know that my tether broke and that I was drifting away. And you know what I was told? The
No, I don't.
cargo was more important,
Oh.
and they left.
Yeah.
They left. The pirates followed, and
Oh.
I drifted. I don't know how long I actually drifted, but I got lucky. I got really lucky, and the crew of this ship found me actually.
Oh.
Joshua,
Stove.
while you are in the galley, you're just having something to eat, thing, you notice that, and it once you've kind of made this realization, you start to realize that you've noticed over a few, like the last week or so, that your food rations seem to be dwindling a lot quicker than what was initially there. Like, and you start to kind of do the calculations and realize that you may or may not even have enough food rations to get you the entire distance at this point, even though you were there when Tavin stocked everything up for 3-person crew. Tavin, as you are leaving Andrea's quarters, with the acute soundscape of your ship and knowing every little sound and everything that just goes on, you do notice a new sound, one that isn't usually there.
What does it sound like? Can I tell what it sounds like?
It's space ants.
Man, I only got one success, so
Yeah, it's nothing of a mechanical nature. This sounds almost as if something's moving within the ship.
I think we have a stowaway.
The stowaway?
Makes sense. We've been losing food faster than we should have.
We have?
Yeah, I was making a sandwich and I noticed I'm out of bread.
I haven't been eating that much to try and mitigate the loss.
Well, I think we need to search the ship, because if there's a stowaway,
Yeah, that's a problem.
yeah. And you see Tavin reach like kind of underneath the console and grab his gun.
As you start making your way around the EV, you notice that the main door into your EV vehicle isn't all the way closed.
Tavin is going to pull out the gun, but he's going to make sure the safety is on and slowly make his way towards it, saying, if anyone's in there, I would recommend you step out now. Yeah, he's going to do that.
At that, as you finish that, you do hear the sound of almost panicked breathing from within the EEV. Not much movement at this point, but it is very, very much there is something within this is what you have been hearing.
I can hear you breathing. Get out now. And he'll, even though he's still got the safety on, he will very, very audibly pull the slide back on the pistol. So it's very loud and obvious what he does.
With the sound of your weapon kind of being audibly loaded and ready to go, you do hear the very faintest okay, I'm coming. And as the door slowly creaks open, there you find the young port hand Jamie, and behind what you can assume is the misplaced food that are empty wrappers and stuff like that he has been taking to keep himself sustained on this travel.
You'll also be sleeping in the crew quarters and not in my EEV.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That I can work with that. In there's not that nice anymore.
What do you mean? And he's gonna go look inside.
Oh no. Can I also look inside?
When you look inside, it's just a mess of empty food cartons and things, and there is two very distinct buckets that are no longer going to be of use of buckets to you.
Okay.
As you the couple of hours kind of pass where you have conversed and you are trying to kind of work out where is you begin your descent into the space station and getting ready, and just at that kind of critical moment as you throw me in, you do receive an alarm in the ship from Martha, and when it comes through, it is now an emergency Mayday from Arceon coming through your ship, and that's where we're going to finish tonight's episode.